Okay. Drunk girlfriend issue. This is the last one on the podcast. Hey, Billy Bob Burton. I'm a big fan of yours, fellow Bostonian, suburb guy as well, and I love the podcast. I have some relationship issues that I'd like your input on, if you would be so kind. You fuck. All right, I've been dating my girlfriend for over 4 years. I am 26, she's 25. We moved in together in September 2013 because I thought things were going well. Well, we have some issues, and I'm not sure what to do. Besides the usual fights over things, where I think logically and present my side of the argument well with facts that are relative to the subject, and she rambles about how I'm a mama's boy and have a small dick. Well, yeah, I guess, in other words, you're probably right. So she's just capitulated, and then I was just insulting you. Granted, this is your version of it. Anyways, he said, my biggest issue is her drinking. More specifically, how she acts when she's drunk. When we are drinking in public, sitting with a large group of people, she drinks too much and always blacks out. This is typically not a normal thing. It only happens once every few months, but over the holiday season, it happened every weekend while at company Christmas parties, hers and mine, friends' houses, and while on a pub crawl. I have two big issues with her blacking out like that. One is that she only drinks excessively when other people, mainly her bitchy best friend, insist that my girlfriend should drink a lot, even though my girlfriend has a very low tolerance for alcohol. It's to the point that her best friend will say things to her like, if you don't take this shot, I hate you. / you're not my friend. Jesus Christ. And she's being serious. I have spoken with my girl repeatedly about how I feel that that's not a good idea or right to allow her friend to do that to her. And my girlfriend replies that she's not going to say no to her best friend no matter what. Jesus Christ. This is like a textbook codependent relationship here. My second issue is that when she blacks out, once I get her in the car or cab to take her home, she gets really quiet and starts saying she hates our relationship, she hates me, she hates living with me, she wishes we would break up, among other similar things. Once she sleeps it off and wakes up hungover, she has no recollection of what she said to me the night prior, and she says that they're drunk words and they mean nothing. Oh, God. I do not think that way. It legitimately hurts my feelings, and it has happened so often recently that I've been weighing my options about whether it's time to end this relationship and move on. I'm not sure. I'm just being a pussy and need to get over it, or if I have a legitimate gripe here. Dude, you totally have a legitimate gripe. He says, I care about my girlfriend a lot, and until recently I was beginning to think about proposing marriage to her at some point. Dude, you cannot on any fucking level propose to this girl with this shit on the table right now. He said, I had planned it in my head that if we were going to live together for 2 years, then we had the right stuff for marriage. With all this drinking stuff, though, I'm not sure where to go. If you have any tips or advice, I'd greatly appreciate it. Go fuck yourself. Can't wait to see a new special in 2014. Hope you perform in Boston. All right. Yeah, dude. First things first, do not on any level propose marriage to this woman. At all. On any fucking level. What you have to do is you got to put your foot down. All right? You have to say both things that you brought up, provided you're being honest with me, you are 100% in the right. And you have to just say, look, you can't drink like that anymore. And you can't have a relationship with your friend like that anymore. Actually, you can because you are a free individual. But if you're going to be, then I want out of this relationship. I'm not going to be with somebody who drinks like that, and more specifically drinks like that because her friend is making her drink like that. And second of all, you know, I don't, you know, there's an expression out there that, what does it say? A drunk man's words or a sober man's thoughts? I don't know. I would, oh shit, this is Bartnick. Hold on one second. Hang on. Joey B, just wrapping up the podcast. I'll be outside in 2 minutes, okay? All right, see you. Yeah, so I would basically, okay, so let's just compartmentalize this thing, okay? If that first issue, just the drinking thing, I would just lay down the gauntlet. If you want to be with me, and I'm not going to be in a relationship with that going on. That's unacceptable. I respect the fact if you still want to do it, but if you still want to do it, then you're moving out or I'm moving out, and we're not going to be a couple anymore because I'm not tolerating that. And you're well within your right to do that, and it's a great thing to say at 26 years of old to get some sort of self-esteem within a relationship and have some ground rules with yourself. This is your half of the circle. What do I want, and what am I willing to put up with? Where is my line? You found your line, and you tell her that that's where it is. You don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to get angry. Just say, this is my line. And I totally respect if you want to live on the other side of the line. I'm just not going to live with you doing that. This other shit where she says she hates the relationship and wishes that you broke up. If it happened one time, whatever, she does that every fucking time. I think those are her honest words, and I honestly would seriously consider getting the fuck out of that relationship. I think you guys have both been in a relationship for a long time. You got into it when you were really young. Maybe she still wants to explore, see what the fuck's out there. I have no idea, but that is a major, major fucking red flag. I don't buy it. And I also don't buy that she's 100% drinking like that because her friend is making her do it. I think she wants to drink like maybe she's drinking like that because she's not happy in the relationship. I don't know. There's a bunch of major red flags, and you're 100% in the right. You're not being a pussy. You're being fucking mature, and you're saying what you want. Fuck this, dude. You don't want some drunk with some drunk fucking friend who then gets hammered and says they don't want to be with you. When you dream, is that your dream girl when you sit there in fantasy? Kick this bitch to the curb. I've had it with her. I'm not even in the fucking relationship. You could do better. All right? I'm not saying she's not the one, but she needs to grow the fuck up. Don't say it like that, but that's what I believe. And that's my thoughts, and I'm sticking with it. All right, goddamn ex-girlfriend. Dear Billy Boy, your podcast is killer, man. Thanks. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And he says, I'm writing you to get some insight on my ex-girlfriend's situation. About 6 months ago, my ex dumped my ass and totally crushed my heart. That's the worst. You got to go through it, though. He says, I was fucked up for a while, but took some of your advice and focused on improving my own shit. I never called her, texted her, or did any asshole for 6 months. A couple of months ago, she texts me. Fucking, I knew it. I knew it. Now, without reading this thing, she's texted you. Now, either she legitimately wants to get back together with you, which if you still love her, that would be a good thing, or whatever the fuck whatever life path she went down over the last 6 months has hit a bump in the road, and maybe she's having second thoughts, or maybe she's completely evil, and she's like, wow, he just never called me again. Why don't I call him up and mind fuck him? Those are my 3 guesses on the cunt genie lamp there. All right, so she texted me. She wanted to know what I've been up to and how I was doing. She also wanted to know why I unfriended her on Facebook. And he writes, why do you think, you dumb cunt? Now, wait a minute. Did you unfriend her because of my advice, or did you do that on your own? That's a great thing. You got to cut the cancer out. You can't be watching what the fuck she's doing. All you're doing is prolonging that pain in your heart. You got to, I'm telling you, you got to cut off all contact, and then you got to go Chris Bosh, where you just got to drop to your knees a couple times a day and cry it out. Don't be afraid to fucking do that. Now, I wouldn't do it in front of a bunch of men, but, do it on your own. Like, as a man, you have to understand that the reason why you're able to cry is because you're supposed to. Because if you don't, you keep it in your chest, and it becomes anger, and then you yell at your kids. All right, I resisted the urge to tell her to go fuck herself and kept my response is cool and casual. Dude, you are on the road to a post-breakup blowjob. That's where you are right now. Let's see if you keep the car on the road. Here is my question. How the fuck do broads know when you are finally getting over them and that they should get a hold of you and make you feel like shit again? Also, I knew it. Also, do you think it's a dick move to get a hold of an ex if you're the one who dumped them? when they haven't gotten a hold of you since the breakup? Finally, how do you think I should handle this going forward? Well, you know what? You basically, you learned one of life's tough lessons. Is that, well, you know something? I might be being a dickhead. Like, maybe guys do this shit too. All right? Guys do this shit too. You got those guys who, they break up with a girl, but then they keep her in they try to, like, hold on to her so no one else can fuck her. You know, guys who do that shit. So this is really like I'm being a sexist moron as usual. I'm coming from the male perspective. That's all I got. All right? Trying to show a little empathy here. How do they know? I don't know. But they're great at it. So rather than trying to figure it out, because I don't know that you can as a guy, just respect that they have that ability. All right? You might want to consider changing your cell phone number so she can't text/mindfuck you again. They're just the fucking worst. They're just the fucking worst. In that situation, dude, you got to walk away from them, man. So I can't even remember what the fuck you asked me. I'm going through all the breakups I've been through mentally right now. All right, so the first thing you said is, how the fuck do broads know when you're finally over them? I don't know. Change your cell phone number. It's my solution. Also, do you think it's a dick move to get a hold of an ex? If you have no intention of getting back with them, yes, I do. And you have to accept the guilt that you feel that you broke somebody's heart. And you have to own that. You can't, like, call in. Just call in to make sure you're doing okay. You're not helping that other person. If you have no intent, you're giving them a half a second of hope, and then, you know, you're ruining them. You got to let them go. And lastly, how do you think I should handle this going forward? Yeah, I would say don't respond to her texts, or even then, just her texting you and seeing your name and knowing that she's thinking about you, and your heart's still going to be like, well, maybe she wants to get back together. I would just change your number. Start over again. Go Bill Bixby. Get a backpack. Walk out of town. Go down the fucking street. Start working out. Get some new women in your life. That's another thing. Go out there. Go hit on something you think's out of your league. Who gives a shit? Go have a good time. Hitting on a girl that's so-called out of your league is like playing a sport against people who are better than you. It makes you better. It ups your game. All right? So then when you play against somebody who's only a little out of your league, you're used to playing beyond, and you're not nervous. You're used to that speed. You know? Does that make any fucking sense? I hope it does.
My girl's she's really, like, religious. She goes to church every week, and I never go, and it freaks her out. She's like, why don't you go to church? You don't believe in God and heaven and hell and all that stuff? Why don't you go? And it's not because I don't believe in a higher power. I definitely do. My thing is, when I go to church, I can't get past the fact that I'm just listening to some fucking guy. You ever think of that shit when you go in there? That's just some dude. And people are like, no, that's a special guy. No, it isn't. It isn't. Nah, he didn't like levitate down from the ceiling like, oh, this white light around him. Why would you listen to another human being tell you where you're going to go when you die? It's just like, dude, have you ever been dead? No. Great. So wouldn't it be safe to assume that you wouldn't have the slightest fucking idea what you're talking about? Yeah, you're making it up. You're making the shit up. You're not fooling me with the robes and the candles, speaking in old English. He said it under you. Shut the fuck up. You don't talk like that. You're just some guy. Your name's Jerry. You played soccer. You got your ass kicked in gym class, and now you're doing this. Acting like you're special. I can't do it. I can't get past that fact. I'm sitting in church. This guy's name's fucking Cliff. He's fucking boring. And just break the guy down, and then I can't listen. It's like, you go in there, you listen to another human being tell you what to eat and when to eat it. Don't eat meat this Friday. If you eat meat this Friday, you are going to hell. It's like, dude, I'm going to a cookout on Friday. If you eat that fucking cheeseburger, buddy, that is it for you. Who is this guy? Dude, I'll eat a cheeseburger whenever I want to, and I'll jerk off. It's my dick. Why am I listening to this guy? I'll fucking jerk off while I eat a cheeseburger. What do you think about that? I'm not hurting anybody. Why would God care? I'm not hurting anybody. Think about it. You eat a cheeseburger, that's protein. That's good for your muscles, right? And I don't know about you guys, but after I rub one out, I'm more relaxed. I'm less likely to lash out at my fellow man. I'm in a great space mentally. I don't have any road rage. I talk to telemarketers. I'm buying the shit.
Oh, I was driving home today, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and somebody in front of me was smoking a cigar, and I had my window down just a little bit. This is how much this habit has me. I was like, oh my God, and I rolled it all the way down, and was like, you know, like when a dog sticks its head out the window, or Ace Ventura? That's what I was doing, driving behind the guy, and I was trying to figure, and I drove up next to him going like, wow, that fucking guy's smoking a cigar in that nice car. That's some old school shit, and I pulled up, and it wasn't him. And I couldn't figure out who was smoking the cigar, and I realized that cigar smoke is so fucking stinky. It could have literally just been like 3 people smoking on a porch, and I drove by. And God damn it, I miss it. I don't know if this is a good idea, you guys, this whole fucking 2 cigars a month, because this is like when I try to go easy with the boozing. You know, when I try to take long periods of time off from boozing, it doesn't make me go, you know what? I don't think I miss drinking. I don't ever need to drink again. What it makes me feel like is, you know, I would like to drink a case of beer by myself and see if I can finish a 5th of Jack Daniels. That's what it makes me feel like. So I think I need to feed the beast a little bit. Having said that, until I drove home behind the person smoking that unbelievably wonderful smelling cigar, I was actually going like, you know what? I think I can make it to my birthday, which is in June. And if I didn't do that, then I would be, how many did I smoke this year? 2, 4, 6.5. 6.5, because one I smoked half and it wasn't smoking well. So I still count that one. So 6.5, that would be June. And I would be looking at like I'd smoked about 1 a month, right? I think that'd be all right. I think that would be okay. You know, actually, in reality, couldn't you just do heroin once a month? If you just did heroin once a month, 12 times a fucking year, if you didn't do it 12 days in a row, 6 days in a row, so it didn't get you, you just did it. That's what they ought to have. They ought to just have, like, the heroin spot, right? And you got a fucking punch card. There's no way to falsify it, no way to sell somebody else's or whatever. And just once a month. Like, would you try it? Just to see what it was like if there was just fucking heroin. You could go, you could fucking try it. And no matter how bad, and if you just like, I just wanted to do it once just to see what it felt like, and then you just walk away and you never do it again. Or if like, you liked it, right? Which, why wouldn't you? I heard it's like the greatest feeling ever, right? Why, if they fucking managed it for you. And you just had that fucking itch, and there was just nothing you could do about it. And then once a month you go in, you shoot up. It's fucking awesome. And everybody could be excited. Like, coming up, you know, and they have like the beginning of every month, they'd have like a raffle, right? Like, what do you call it? The lottery. And instead of like 9 balls coming out, it's just 1 ball, right? And it just comes out, right? Comes out, all right. Month of April, heroin day is the 17th. The 7th. Everybody's like, fuck, 17th. And everybody does smack on the 17th, except for people that, you know, got to keep like reactors going and shit like that. They get to do it on like the 18th. Provided there's someone, then someone would be hungover from heroin or whatever the fuck you get. I don't know. We'd have to work that out. Can't just have heroin day? You know, once a week, everybody just gets fucked up and you can opt out, right? Once a month, you do heroin. And then you have boozing days. There's got to be a way to do it. Where the government just becomes a big fucking drug dealing babysitter. No, but can you imagine the fucking lines then if everybody's got to go, that doesn't work. I guess you got to manage it yourself. I guess that is the problem. The government won't step in. You know what? They can't collect enough money off of these super rich fucking people. That's what it is. They get the money outside the country, and then you got too many other people sitting around their sweatpants, and they don't want to fucking work, And then fucking, regular people. Regular people like us, right down the fucking middle. I'm going to say everybody listening to this podcast is regular. You're somewhere right in the middle. Huh? Paying taxes out the fucking ass, aren't you? Huh? Shouldn't you get heroin once a month? Once a month, the heroin store. That's what they should do for the middle class that's getting squeezed out. You just, once a month, they shoot you up. Once every couple of months. You get to decide. But no more than once a month. You do it on a Saturday, right? You're just fucking nodding off. And that's it. One nice fucking dose. And then I don't know what. You shiver and shake a little bit. You eat some fucking... Yeah, one dose. You're not going to get hooked, are you? You know what? I got to look this up. Heroin once a month. Hey, little girl, do some heroin once a fucking month. I don't think you'll get addicted. I always spell this wrong, by the way. No E on it. No heroes here. Heroin once a month. Heroin rehab treatment. Opinions. Can the use of heroin be casual? This is the beginning of a life-changing decision right here. Can you use heroin? Oh, another of us too, it's a chat room. Okay, it seems from all government propaganda, don't we love it, and most threads and discussions here on whatever this is, that heroin is for addicts and junkies. Is it the case that one can take heroin for a one-time experiment/experience in order to witness the effects? Please share. That's not a good word to use in a heroin chat room, huh? Please share experiences with one-time users versus long-time. All right, yes, there are people who will use heroin once or a few times and will not return to it. Usually it takes 2 or more tries to really enjoy it. First-time users usually feel a bit nauseous or used to back in the day. This was smoking. This means you will not be, fuck you. You're just some regular person. I want a doctor. Answers. Let's go to answers.yahoo.com. Come on, load. Here we go. Can you use heroin one time? Best answer. Capital. No, not at all. I'm a retired heroin dealer. I know what happened to my customers when they tried to only use it casually when they were partying. They became addicted. Their lives became miserable. A lot of them ended up homeless, in jail, losing jobs, flunking out of college, while I profited off them. Let's see if that comes in here. And any other bad luck you could think of. Their families ended up being prostitutes. Heroin use is completely miserable life, and there's no way to use it responsibly. People can become addicted to heroin the first time they use it and try it. Yada, yada, yada. This other person said it's very, very unlikely. I'm a former heroin addict who's in a methadone program right now, and you're in a chat room? Fucking multitasking. Another person, it may be possible for some personalities. Is it worth the risk? What is the benefit, the gain? Somebody says don't. No. Go roll up a fatty. What was that movie where Alan Arkin just started using heroin when he was like 80? If I were to shoot heroin once a week for the rest of my life. Let's see here. This is on Reddit. This is the last one. Hypothetical, of course. Never done it or blah, 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 blah. I'm interested in the effects. Suppose I shot up a purely and safely measured dose every Friday. Where would you get that from? A drug dealer? I mean, it's not regulated. All right, you know what? This is probably one of the dumbest questions I've ever asked. And mercifully, the half hour is over. So don't do it, people. You know something? I've never heard the expression recreational heroin user. Although God knows somebody's going to write in and claim that they could do it. So you know what? More power to you, but I would never fuck with that. Anyways, This has been the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. Just checking in on you. Please enjoy the music. And then, I don't know, we got some classic hits from Monday morning podcast gone by. Have a great weekend, you cunts. Congratulations to the Penguins winning their first one. Congratulations to the St. Louis Blues. Meet me in St. Louis. Meet me at the fair. Remember that one? Don't tell me the lights are shining every place but there. We will dance a hoochie coochie, something like that. You will be my something Narducci, and meet me in St. Louis. Meet me at the fair. That's what you did back in the day. You met some woman saying, hey, you know, I love your dress down to your ankles and your giant hat. Why don't you meet me in St. Louis and meet me at the fair? And she'd be like, why on earth are we going to do that? You're like, because we're going to fuck. All right. That's the podcast. Have a great weekend, you cunts, and I'll talk to you on Monday. Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and I'm just checking in on you. Just checking in on you on a Thursday. Cleo, get over there and lay the fuck down. You're driving me nuts today. You're a maniac. I still love you. That's only because you're cute. If you're an ugly dog like a poo, no, get over there and lay down. Down. Lay the fuck down. The master has spoken. What's going on? How are you? Welcome to another Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday afternoon, fucking morning podcast, whatever I call it. The Just Checking In on Your podcast for short. You know? Oh, what a couple of days it's been. Oh, what a couple of nights, babu. Jesus Christ. Unfucking believable, all right? I've already had myself a hell of a goddamn day, right? I finally got my goddamn truck back, right? Brand new engine. Everything was going great. And then, I looked cool for about 6 hours. 6 fucking hours. And then there was something going on with the clutch. I don't know what was going on. These guys I take it to do fucking phenomenal work. They do some of the sickest fucking hot rod trucks I've ever seen in my life. And I think what fucked me over is one of the parts. You know, they make them in China now, you know, because they don't want to play Americans, because they don't want to fuck with the unions. And then it's not enough that they're going to underpay some poor Chinese guy over there. Because people always go, oh, the Chinese, they don't fucking make them right. They'd make them right if you gave them the right fucking materials. What's that Chinese guy supposed to do? Fucking, I don't know, pull a goddamn clutch out of his stomach like a chicken, having a cesarean section? Whatever the fuck materials they give them, that's what they're going to put together. So, anyways, he's trying to say maybe it's that thing. So I'm back to driving some fucking car shaped like a goddamn dinner roll. So I got that going on, right? I went down, took a helicopter, fucking thing here. I'm getting ready to do my check ride. Flew great. Everything was going good. My autos were great. Nose was dipping down a little bit, but I recovered. And then all of a sudden my clutch was acting up. So I'm like, fuck, right? So old Freckles needs a haircut. Who's kidding who? All you do is just buzz my head. It takes 2 fucking seconds. So I'm driving up. I usually have this lady do it, but she's off today. So I said, I need it. I'm taking my wife out. Fuck it, man. I'm just going to get my head buzzed, right? So I go by. There's a barber shop. Little candy stripe fucking sign thing going. So I pull over. I walk in. There's one dude sitting there. There's no barbers, right? I'm looking around. They got fucking, they're selling combs, right? They got all these fucking vintage hot rod magazines. They're playing music from the 1950s. All of this should have been a warning, but it wasn't. I was just like, all right, that's kind of cool, whatever. Then this fucking guy comes walking out wearing this smock, indicating that he was a barber, and I'm immediately thinking, all right, this guy next to me, he's first, right? The guy he walks out, he sees me, he goes, oh, hey, how are you, sir? I said, I'm doing good. How you doing? He goes, great. He goes, do you have an appointment? I'm like, do I have an appointment? What do you mean an appointment? He goes, you got to make an appointment here. I'm like, dude, this is a barbershop. I think I said, what is this, a hair salon? And he's going over to the book looking at it. He goes, oh, I can get you. I go, dude, I just want to get my head buzzed. Take like 5 minutes. There's nobody fucking here. You could have this thing halfway done, you jerk off, right? Inside, I was thinking that, right?
And then he's fucking looking at his logbook. I just said, forget it. Forget it. I'm out of here. Fucking assholes. Done with that place for life. Goddamn fucking hipsters, man. They've ruined everything. You know what I realized? That wasn't a barbershop. That was an ironic barbershop. That's why they had the old magazines. That's why they had Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons playing. And rather than some old guy come walking out, this fucking 30-year-old guy walks out and he can't cut my fucking hair. And this is what's funny. I fucking drive away in my truck with the fucked up clutch. Now I'm really losing my shit because I get in and I'm trying to push the clutch and it won't go all the way to the floor. So I've got to push it a little harder and I hear some ungodly sound in my transmission. So immediately I'm like, all right, I got to take this back to the place. Because when I'm driving it, it's fine. But when I would stop for whatever reason, it wouldn't go all the way to the floor. So by all means, all you fucking weekend warrior gearheads, please tell me what it is. Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. Your flywheel's not kicking over the crankshaft. Shut up. Sorry. So anyways, so I go to fucking drive away. And who's standing out in front of the fucking barbershop on his iPhone? Oh, fucking the barbershop guy. Checking his tweets or some shit. Oh. And oh my God, I just fucking drove away just like beside myself, just going like, what these fucking goddamn hipsters. They fucking ruined. They haven't ruined anything. It's just they're so fucking in this. Why can't you just be yourself? You know? Why does everything have to be like mocking? Why can't you just like, I swear, you know what it is? Because if you took off their facial hair and their glasses and their Robert Fulton fucking goddamn outfit, you know, what would you be left with? They'd have to be themselves. And you know what? They're not fucking interesting. Jesus fucking Christ. Really, Bill? Do you have to go this big? Yes, I do. It's a barbershop, okay? You fucking walk into a barbershop, you sit down, there's a bunch of old guys there with their balls going down to the floor, wearing smelly fucking old awful slacks with horrific shoes, and all you start thinking is, wow, I guess that Social Security really isn't going to be there for me. That's what you think when you go into a barbershop. These fucking dickheads. They should have to take that fucking sign down. Or at least put it in quotes, barbershop, right? Is this a dumb thing to be mad at? Well, fuck you. I don't care. This, you know, I didn't want to be this mad coming on the fucking podcast. I'm getting over a goddamn summer cold. What's the world coming to, man? You can't walk into a barbershop to get your fucking head buzzed. There's nobody there, and there's one guy standing there, and he asks you if you have a fucking appointment. It's like, is this a Maserati dealership? What the fuck are we doing here, right? Just have me sit down, put the fucking apron around my neck, and just what do you usually do? I usually go down to the skin, then a half, and then 1.5 on top. Well, there you go. Bing, bang, boom. Yeah, I'm done. Here's your $20. God bless you, right? Do I have an appointment? And he walks over and he looks at the fucking book. Jesus, there should have been somebody getting their nails done over in the corner. How the fuck can you call yourself a barbershop when you take appointments? You never have appointments. You just show up, right? I went to a barbershop when I was fucking back in Massachusetts. I went to Hal's, right? Just fucking walked in. Sat down. Some fucking old guy. How you doing? Yeah, fucking sat down. Gave me the same haircut he gives to fucking state troopers. In and out. I did it on the way to the gym. One of the few great things about having a shaved head, as far as you'll never get lice again, is it takes you 2 seconds. Right? You just go in, they zim, zam, zoom. You don't give a fuck who does it. Done. Over. And then you fucking leave. Another great thing is whenever you're going out, you know, you can just throw a shirt on. No one knows you didn't take a shower. Because you'll never have bedhead again. So I guess there's 2 positive things. But you know what? One of those positive things was taking away from me today. And I'm really sad about it, you guys. I'm back in fucking L.A. I got to tell you something. You know what needs to stop? Has anybody flown Virgin lately? And, dude, they made like a fucking 22-minute music video about putting your seatbelt on. There's a part where there's singing, and then there's rapping, and then there's a robot part, and then the robot goes, this robot rap is over, and you're thinking, oh, God, thank God it's over. And then they just go, "I'm ready to go. It's da-da-da-da. Put your fucking seatbelt on," right? And there's all that Christina Aguilera over singing, whoa, doing all of that fucking shit, pointing at notes. It's so fucking loud. You know, those fucking douches who have those Bose headphones. I just never could fucking buy one of those things. That's the first time I was like, I really need to get a pair of those. I need a pair of earplugs. And I actually I fucking put my elbows on my knees and I jam my fingers into my ears. And I hum for 5 minutes waiting for it to stop. Yeah, I don't know. You know what kills me is I was sitting next to my wife and she loved it. She thought it was great. And I was like, there you go. Right there. There's the balance. The balance of this relationship. I fucking hate everything. You know? Like me. If she went down there, she'd be like, oh, it's cool. It's like a barbershop 2.0. I will make an appointment. What is your name? Well, it's very nice to meet you. What do? I fucking storm out. Go, what is this, a fucking hair salon? And I storm out. Right? And in the end, I still need a haircut. So who won, Bill? Who won again? You lost your temper again. Who won and who lost? You think that fucko down the street gives a shit? This guy's he's taking reservations down there like he's got a pork chop to die for, right? Like he's some fucking unbelievable restaurant. Fuck it. You want to have a hipster barbershop where you got to make appointments? Wasn't I really just mad because they wouldn't do what I wanted them to do? I still did this. You should have a different colored barbershop sign then with that little fucking red, white, and blue stripe thing going up. It should be something different, something hipstery. Little mustaches in there. You cunts. Do you know I went to a barbershop and I couldn't, if you didn't hear me screaming about it, to get my head buzzed.
I definitely heard you screaming.
And the guy said, I didn't have a fucking appointment. And he goes, you have an appointment? It's a barbershop. You don't need a fucking appointment.
Yeah, but some of these highfalutin places, they work on appointment. It's not like,
Then you're not a barbershop. You're a hair salon.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You're a salon
that does
for hair. Yeah.
Did you go into an actual barbershop, though? Was it just one of these, like...
It was a fucking barbershop that had the little swirly sign, and it said barbershop.
Oh, yeah. So you should be able to walk in there and be like, let me get a haircut. And they'd be like, yeah, have a seat. Grab a paper.
Nice. Justified on one.
Oh, by the way, as I'm all over the fucking map here, did you fucking see that shameless fucking Hillary Clinton trying to pander to get the African-American vote? She's on some radio show. I just watched the clip. I had to shut it off. Forgive me. I don't know what radio show it is. But she's sitting there. She goes and she's trying to get the black vote. And they ask you, what's something you always carry around with you? And she said hot sauce. What the Clintons are the fucking, I swear to God. Can't you just see both of them on a used car lot doing one of those cheesy local commercials? Dude, they are the fucking devil. I remember when Hillary Clinton ran for fucking Senate. After 8 years of being in the White House, the fucking Yankees had won 4 World Series. She never showed up, never said a fucking thing. And then all of a sudden she's running for fucking Senate in New York, shows up with a brand new Yankee hat and goes, I've always been a Yankee fan. And had this big grin like, I said it, now they're going to like me. This is how out of touch she is. She literally thinks that she just has to say, I carry around hot sauce. And all black people are going to be like, oh, shit. Oh, I can relate to that. What's she going to do next? She going to go to fucking Chinatown? I always carry around soy sauce. I don't know. You go down south, I love guns and my cousins. Sorry. I should have said that. Hot rods. I've always liked hot rods. Fucking shameless. This is the thing about, like, when you're at her level of fucking wealth, which is really... I don't know how you explain it. When her husband, had the highest office in public office, and you only, as president, you only make $400,000 or $500,000 a year. Somehow they threw their daughter a $3 million wedding. I mean, how does the math work there? She is the fucking devil. I'm telling you, oh my God, what a fucking selection this year. Can you fucking believe this shit? A reality show star. You know, who's sitting there with that fucking, I don't even know what the other guy's name is. They're talking about the size of their hands. They're having the size of your dick debate running for office. You got Hillary, you fucking write it, I'll say it. She doesn't give a fuck. This is why, I got to be honest with you, why I like Republicans better than Democrats. Because Republicans at least have the decency to just sort of openly show you that they don't give a fuck about you. And Democrats, they actually try to act like they give a fuck about people who work for a fucking living. They don't. They're the same fucking people. They just lie about it. You know, I swear to God, if Bernie Sanders would just fucking go the whole way. You know what I mean? Don't stop in Kuwait. You got to go all the way to Baghdad with these fucking bankers. Okay? That's what you got to do. You got to tip over the statue, and you got to have all those top-level bankers swinging at the end of a rope. That's the only way to... You got to start over again. That's my candidate. None of them are saying that, so it's over. And I know you're thinking, Bill, you don't know shit, and you read conspiracy theory. And you know what I say to that? You're absolutely right. Okay, all right, let's move on. That was political comedy right there. If you were wondering what that was supposed to be. She goes to Little Italy. What do you always have in your purse? A jar of marinara sauce. Who's your favorite singer? Dean Martin. Oh, my God. Did you see the host? She looked like she rolled her eyes. I don't want to put, like, shit on her. That's what she fucking did. That's how out of touch she is. Hillary Clinton thinks all black people walk around with hot sauce in their purse because white people don't know how to season food. I'm not saying there aren't some black people that do that. You know what I mean? But, you know, that would also be people who aren't white who look at white people and think we're all in the upper 1% standing on a yacht shooting the shit with one of the Kennedys. And they're fucking weird inbred dentition. I never understood the Kennedys. They're from like the nose up. They're really good looking people. Great hair, you know, nice fucking big 5 head, you know, looks great on TV, decent eyes, you know, and then you just get to that, you get to those. I mean, it was kidding. No, they look like from the nose down. They look like Clint Howard. I don't know what it is. There's something going on with that family. You can't, you know what it is they still look ethnic. If you look at like white people from like look at Joe DiMaggio. You know, he's probably considered a good looking guy. That guy is fucking like, I don't know what happened. Once everybody got all mixed up, like all the fucking nationalities got mixed up, like, you know, started streamlining the looks, and people are way better looking now, don't you think? Than when you look back in the day. I mean, Jesus Christ. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig was a good-looking guy. You know what I mean? But Babe Ruth, that guy was a mess. Joe DiMaggio, mess. I guess they weren't all bad-looking. I don't know. I'm just saying, when you look at the shit back then, like an Italian guy looked 100% fucking Italian. I don't know, you know something? When I went to Italy, they were better looking than back then. I don't know what the fuck it was. We allegedly had better food back then. People were shorter. I don't know what it was. Did you ever notice that when you look back and when you really look at those old pictures? I love looking at old pictures. And it's like that George Carlin bit when you look at an old picture and you're like, everybody in that picture is dead. And for some reason, in a morbid way, it's like fascinating. When I look at those old pictures, that's what I think. Like, God damn it, there was some fucking ugly ass people. You know what was a game changer? It was 3 things: polio, vaccine, penicillin, and braces. Those 3 fucking things could just hide so many fucking imperfections. You know what I mean? I mean, once you get braces, Jesus Christ, if you just brush your fucking teeth and remotely keep yourself in shape, you know, you throw on some nice clothes, people have no idea where you came from. You know? Back in the day, people, they saw it on you. Your teeth told the whole fucking story. You'd smile and be like, I can see you're going to have tuberculosis. You live in a damp, dank fucking apartment with no fucking windows. You saw it in their fucking teeth, right? I don't know, but I heard, what's his face? J.P. Morgan had like rosacea, though. Is that how you say it? He had it all over his face. He was just all fucking angry. Those old school rich guys, you know, used to walk around with top hats. It's like the Penguin, walking down the street. Is this a podcast anymore? I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let me do some advertising here, and then I'll get to more babbling here in a moment. All right. Hot sauce. Oh, shameless. Fucking shameless. She looks inbred. Her fucking teeth. There's something going on with her, and there's something going with. You see how Bill Clinton claps now? It's like he's like a marionette puppet. He has his mouth open. That's how he made it. With that smiling with his mouth open. Oh. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix everything. How you doing? Call me later. Oh.
All right, Bill, how do you tell a girl she sucks in bed? Oh, Jesus. Hey, Bill, how do you tell a girl she sucks in bed without hurting her feelings or making her embarrassed? Is it okay to give pointers in the bedroom, or would it make me look like a dick? Help me out, Bill. Go fuck yourself. All right, the first half. There's no way to tell a girl she sucks in bed. There's no way for a woman to tell a guy he sucks in bed without hurting the feelings. All right? Let's be politically correct. There's no way for a guy to tell another guy if they live in an alternative lifestyle, 2013. No one wants to hear that. Well, this is what I would do. You can't just make somebody good in bed. The potential has to be there. There has to be a certain God-given talent. You know what I mean? I mean, some women, they reach for your package like they're grabbing something out of the cupboard. You know what I mean? There's just no... You know what's funny about women being bad in bed is there's not a lot of stories. I think guys not knowing what they're doing is pretty well documented. And guilty is charged. Guilty is charged, you know? But it's definitely a two-way street. What I would do is, if you feel she has potential, rather than give her pointers, like, hey, listen, you're doing a great job in there. Here's a couple things, like make some halftime adjustments. Maybe you could do that, like stop halfway through fucking, you know, have her run into the bathroom, and as you run in, somebody interviews you. You know, well, you know, the first half hour was pretty good. There's definitely some things we could do better. You know, my balls are kind of lonely, and, you know, she's kind of, you know, she doesn't have a good rhythm. We're going to try to work on our rhythm in the second half. All right, yeah, go fuck yourself. You know, runs back in. I would suggest rather than, okay, definitely don't tell her she sucks. Do not give pointers. The key word here is guiding. Guiding and informative moaning. I would say would be the most user-friendly way to protect this girl's feelings. That's what you have to do. I need more information. Do you feel she's aware? How does she suck in bed? Like I said, is she grabbing your dick like she's, you know, reaching into a mailbox to see what the fuck's in there, or is she just shy? You got to help me out here. I don't know. You know, that's what I would do. I would guide her, and by guide her, I don't mean pushing her head down. Guiding, no forcing, none of that type of stuff, and then where you got to be Simon Cowell is don't give her any sympathetic moans. Once she starts picking up that the moans, you know, don't give her any sympathy once. If it ain't doing it for you, don't give her a, yeah, no, don't do that. Just dead silence. Okay, she has to know it's not working. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I know I told this story before. I hooked up with this girl one time, and we were having sex doggy style. And, you know, when I come forward, you're supposed to back in. You know? Like we're clapping with crotches. Is that a fucking... Isn't that one of those Dances with Wolves names? Clapping with crotches? Sorry, hacky joke.
Yeah, no, what she was doing, when I went back, she went back. When I went forward, she went forward. So I was in her, but there was no friction. So I was starting to have a performance problem before I ever so gently put one hand on her hip and the other on the back of her neck and just sort of stopped her, went back, and then pulled her. But it still didn't work. It was like, not only did she not know how to do it, she was, I think, almost as tall as I was, you know? So doggy style, you know, they got to have kind of like, you know, you can get a little too high there, you know, without getting too graphic. So I was already dealing with that, you know. I don't know. Beautiful girl, though. All right. Hypocrisy of the female gender. Oh, Jesus. Come on, guys. Come on, ladies. You know what? Women, trash the guys. Let's have this fucking be balanced here. Fair and balanced. All right. What do we got here? Hypocrisy of the female gender. My batteries are going to run out here. I got to get through this one quickly. Hey, Bill, a.k.a. Bill Jizit shot during the summer. That really has nothing to do with my name. That's just sort of my first name and then a cum shot. But, you know, you tried. He goes, I'm in a bit of a pickle. He's got gills. He's got a phallic vegetable. Is that a vegetable? Is a pickle a vegetable or a fruit? Well, let's see, Bill. You're planting cucumbers. It's not on a tree. It's in the ground. It's a fucking vegetable. Look at me, Mr. fucking Green Jeans here. Anyways, could be serious. Could be just something that'll blow over, but I'd like your opinion anyway. Here we go. A few days ago, while I was getting a coffee, I saw my girlfriend's best friend kissing a dude that doesn't look like her boyfriend. But like the rational human being that I am, I thought I'd ask my girl before I jumped to any conclusion. So I asked her if her boyfriend's still her boyfriend. She said yes and asked why, so I told her what I saw, and her reaction is something I didn't expect. She went silent. So I asked her if she already knew, and she said yes, and begged me not to tell the guy. So I said that I'd like to hear this. Wait. So I said that I'd like to hear the story first. Oh, my story first? I don't know what the fuck. Well, I'm just going to read it the way he wrote it. So I said that I'd like to hear the story first so I can assess how I want to go about the situation. I'm sorry. And she refused. So I said, I guess it would be the same way if you were cheating on me, huh? You would act the same way and you two would conspire over it? And she denied that, started crying, and said she would never cheat on me. I told her it was fucking bullshit, that she's implying that this cunt of a best friend has even the slightest legit reason to be a piece of shit, and I eventually left to go get some air, though it was difficult since she caused a scene and started screaming down the hall for me. I love when they do that, right? Because the second a woman starts screaming in public, the guy's like, at the very least, a borderline rapist. All right. Well, so far, okay, I'm going to just read the rest of this. He goes, at that point, she was breaking down crying and asked me to come back, but I was fucking done. The funny thing about this is I barely even know the guy. I met him like twice. He seems like a cool, down-to-earth guy and all, but I don't really owe him anything. Yet, what's happening just triggers something in my mind, and I feel like I should tell him. Multiple people know his girlfriend is cheating on him, and he has no fucking clue. I really lost a lot of respect for my girlfriend, but she's always talks about loyalty and how important it is to her, and how she hates cheaters because she knows how it feels to be on the other end. What a fucking hypocrite. When confronted with the situation head on, she just excuses it and mitigates it with secret... What? She mitigates it with secret court NSA legal reasoning. So I have to believe... Oh, no. Did it cut out? Is it cutting out? Hello? Hello, hello. Something sounds weird. I think it's still taping, right? Oh, Jesus. All right. Trying to read even faster here. The fuck is going on with the sound now? Hang on. There we go. I'm back. And I'm back. This is the worst read ever. I'm sorry, because this is very interesting. I can't even look at her or talk to her right now. Just thinking about the way she reacted
to all of this still pisses me off. So what should I do here? Do I tell him? I don't know. Maybe I should just say, fuck him. He can't save the world, right? And what about my girlfriend? She's quick to say cheating's wrong until her and her group are the ones doing the cheating. Am I just slowly riding along this shit to eventual heartbreak? Help me out, Bill, you sexy beast, you. All right, well, there's a lot of variables here. It's really the cheating girlfriend has put your girlfriend in a position where she's dragged her into her shit, you know, where now she has to choose between her friendship to her and her feelings about cheating. And I imagine it's her friend. She loves her and she doesn't want to blow up her life. I don't know. I think what really needs to happen here is you don't need to get involved. I think your girlfriend needs to go to her girlfriend and tell her the situation that her cheating has put herself in. And that she needs to fucking end it with this other guy and grow up and start acting like a fucking adult because her piece of shit behavior is affecting your girlfriend's relationship. And where you never had trust issues, you now do. You know, I'm not saying that your thoughts that your current girlfriend will now cheat on you are unfounded, but there's two sides to loyalty too, where, you know, you help your friend move a body. You know, there's people like that, like, you know, this cheater might be stringing your girlfriend along going, I know, I'm just confused right now. I'm sorry. I feel like I need something different, but I still love Mike. And I'm just doing a little dick shopping. I'm sorry you had to see it. It's like the cock farmer's market, whatever the fuck she's saying, right? Fuck her friend. I feel bad for the other dude. What are you going to do? I would just sit down with your girlfriend and just be like, look, this is what has to go down. All right. You know, whatever the fuck I just said. You need to go talk to your girlfriend and tell her that she needs to fucking clear up her situation because it's affecting my relationship. Okay. Grow up, break up with this other fucking guy, you know, and get on with your life. That's what I would suggest. But I don't think you're wrong to now be looking at your girlfriend like, what the fuck? And I never believe when a woman cries, when you call them out on shit. I never do, because I don't believe the crying as a rule, because they can cry on cue like Meryl Streep, you know. They just have access to that emotion, and it automatically makes them the victim. It makes you feel like you're a bully. I think you're 100% right to feel the way you did. You might have gone at her a little too strong. I've given you an option. I hope it works out for you. In the meantime, do you think you're going to marry this girl? Because if you don't, you're just wasting time, and this is a great fucking jump-off point to get the fuck out of it. You know? NFL football starts next month. That money you're spending on her going to the movies would look very nice with the NFL package. You got a lot of options here, sir. Good luck to you.
All right. Advice. I smell. All right. I have a crippling health issue since I was a kid. I fucking stink. People tell me I smell moldy. No doctor knows why. Cologne and deodorants can't mask it. Oh, my God. He goes, the odor actually gets stronger when I use those things. Showering doesn't help, so I am left alone with this issue. I am trying to eat as healthy as possible and exercise every day, which seems to reduce the problem by 50%, which sounds like a lot, but still doesn't satisfy me. I think it's a metabolic issue, which I don't even know what that is, and the body is trying to get rid of the toxins through the skin. Not sure, though. Either way, my whole life revolves around this shit, and it led me through episodes of depressions as a teenager, and I even considered throwing myself off a bridge or in front of one of those great white trains us Germans are making. But life is actually decent despite this issue. I can't attend any college classes because of the anxiety, but I have a great amount of friends. I'm happy, funny, all right looking guy, and my game is all right, so I still get my dick wet sometimes. Gross. Can't lock down any girl, though, for obvious reasons. I don't even know why I wrote all of this, but I just wanted to tell you that this podcast and your comedy are really stimulating my butt-stinking brain. Please come to Germany so we can see your show and I can harass your nose. Thanks for reading, and go fuck yourself and your dog. Just kidding. I like your dog. Just go fuck yourself. All right, dude. I would just keep going to doctors. I bet they could figure something out. You know, there's got to be some new agey type of thing. Some sort of detox. If it's your body getting rid of a toxin, maybe you're allergic to something. I have no idea. I am obviously not a doctor here, but detox, fasting, changing your diet. There's got to be a way to do that. I remember a long time ago there was some woman that just was talking about she had brutal halitosis, which is your breath fucking stinks. It was fucking brutal, and it turned out she had some sort of sinus infection. And then once they cleared that up, her breath was fine. So I bet you have this, if I had to guess, there's something undiagnosed. Oh God, I'm so in over my head. You got something, maybe you have some sort of fucking infection. I have no fucking idea. And I bet, there's got to be something at this. If somebody can take a nap and drive to fucking work and not kill anybody, they got to figure out why you're moldy. I would just keep going to specialists. And if you guys have nationwide health care over there, that would be my new hobby. And just keep adding to your file, and somebody comes in and somebody will finally crack the fucking case as to why you smell moldy. I bet they could figure it out. And then what would be great is you went through the alienation of this, so you got the sense of humor that comes from feeling alienated. And your life will be a fucking joke after that. I mean, think about it, dude. If you could just stop smelling moldy, I would think that that's the number one thing, and then you'd be happy. Your life would be a fucking joke. So if you have nationwide health care, I would be seeing a doctor like fucking every couple of days. All right, buddy. It's like you're pulling people out of the crowd to hit the half-court shot. Eventually, the ball's going to go in. I believe in, dude, it's fucking Germany. You guys are fucking, half our space program we stole from you guys, the whole seeds of it, audio tape, all that shit. You guys had better machine guns than we did. Ours would overheat, so if we killed you, we dropped our guns and picked up your machine guns. There's no fucking way in 2016 they can't figure out why you're moldy. I feel bad for you, man. I'm rooting for you, and I hope you figure it out before you come out to my show. And I should probably know the answer if they didn't, All right. Go fuck yourselves. Have a great week, and I'll check in on you on Thursday. See you.